Yeah, so we're in a 2012 Land Rover Defender 2.2 turbo diesel, and we are on a bit of a wildlife themed trip today. As you'll have probably noticed on the number plate, we're on the Isle of Man, which is a small island in the middle of the Irish Sea between England and Ireland. We're just here for the week, for holidays. It's where my dad lives. This is his Land Rover Defender, and we're taking it out for a spin. We're doing a bit of a tour of the north of the island, and also visiting a wildlife park. I thought, since Land Rover Defenders are used in safaris in, South Africa, Kenya, etc., we might do our own little mini safari. I can't promise any lions or leopards, unfortunately, or water buffalo, but we might see a few peacocks and some wild birds if we're lucky. So more on the car. Well, as I said, it's a 2012 model, and they stopped production of this style Defender in 2015, and since then, people have always loved this shape car because of the the heritage behind it, and in terms of a modern car, it doesn't really drive like a modern car. It's very much a sort of an agricultural vehicle in terms of the way it drives. There's lots of bumps on the road that you can feel. There's not much in the way of sound deadening. There's a big old clunky manual gearbox, but I've been driving it for a couple of days, and there's plenty of character in this car that you don't usually get in newer cars anymore. So it's definitely a characterful drive. You can hardly hear yourself speak while driving it because of the noise of the engine, but at the same time, it keeps you awake. And here's just some of the lovely scenery, because it's such a lovely day today, so we thought it'd be a great day to do a video. Yeah, so in terms of spec, you don't get a lot in a Land Rover Defender, but this is the XS model, which means you get creature comforts such as heated seats, air conditioning, a heated windscreen, part leather seats, which for a Defender are pretty good, and I can testify it's quite a warm day today and the aircon is working a-okay. The cooling is good. So this Defender in particular, it has a lot of creature comforts that you don't usually associate with the Defender. It's had a smaller sort of steering wheel put in, which is useful because the original one is massive, and you really sort of hit yourself against the window when you're driving, so smaller wheel definitely is helpful. It's also had some cosmetic modifications. You'll see there's some LED lights up front, and the previous owner has done a few cosmetic modifications which makes it look more mean and more cool. So, but we can go through them in a bit more detail when we look at the outside of the car. In terms of power, it's not going to blow you away. I think it does about 122 brake horsepower, which isn't going to set the world alight, but it's sufficient for this. But I think the important is the torque of this engine, and it's a very torquey engine. And if you're pulling stuff along, pulling a trailer, pulling a horse, getting yourself out of any issues when you're off-road, it's perfectly capable of doing all of that. the wildlife park. We're on the way to Ramsey now, which is further north in the island. And well, yeah, we'll catch you when we get there. Hello. So we're done in Ramsey, done a bit of shopping. Now next trip, I think, back home.
Yep.
So yeah, let's go. Let's fire this beast up. One annoying thing is that sometimes you have to, yes, move the steering wheel a bit before I start. Trying aspects of driving this. If you hear the clunk into second, oh, and that clunk into third, it's a very satisfying sensation. So I've driven it for the past hour or so. It definitely grows on you. You know, you definitely get smoother in the gear changes. You realise you really need to steer because it won't return to the neutral position without you guiding it there. You get used to power steering. And the best bit is fellow Defender drivers give you special signals of appreciation, which is nice. One cool thing to another cool thing. Yeah, so I think overall I had a very good little trip with it.